cinematic First off, if you've never seen Lord of the Rings, you definitely should, for several reasons. Not the least of which is that it's a fantastic trilogy of movies. Secondly, this film truly is a masterpiece of modern cinema. It's a last bastion of cinematic epics in the vein of Ben-Hur, Ten Commandments, and even Gladiator. The Fellowship of the Ring, and even the trilogy as a whole, stand as one of the greatest achievements in cinema in the past 20 years, and perhaps all of film history itself. The director, Peter Jackson, for all of his misguided projects such as King Kong and Mortal Engines, just to name a few, truly is a visionary director. This is a movie where his directorial talents are put on full display. From the style of filmmaking to the unbeatable casting to the set design to even the design of Middle-earth itself, Jackson and company really get to show off just how much effort and creativity was put into this project. Not just the Fellowship of the Ring either, but the trilogy as a whole. I'm going to do my best to try and focus it down though, just keep it on Fellowship for now. Not only can you see the effort and creativity, but you can also see the love and care that was put into every aspect of the design of this film. Not only can you see the love and care that goes into the design of this world, but you can tell that it's love and care that comes from actual hardcore fans of Tolkien's books. You can tell that each person who worked on this film devoted themselves to this movie entirely. It took about 3 years to make. They took 3 years out of their lives just to make the most flawless product they possibly could, and it really pays off. Everything from the costume, the set design, the weapons, to the hair and makeup, to things that you won't even see on screen while you're watching the film. It was all basically handcrafted individually. And it didn't matter how important that one thing was to the plot or the story or the design of the film, everything was basically handcrafted individually, with the same exact care and devotion being put into every level of this film, from the directing all the way down to craft services. Care and devotion and love to something, it shows, guys. When you put that much effort into something, into a project that you really, really, really want and care about, you can definitely see it. And this movie is no exception to that rule. As for the film itself, not gonna lie, it is kind of a slow burn. But that's okay. The whole trilogy is like 12 hours long. And it's part one of that trilogy, so setting up the plot, the setting, and the characters is imperative. And it's okay if that takes a little time. Lets us sink in and enjoy it just a little bit more. After it does get going though, the movie propels us forward at a smooth, comfortable pace. Nothing too jarring. Although, while it is a great film, truth be told, there's really nothing that sets this one apart from the others. Its successors have Gollum, the pioneering of motion capture, huge battle sequences, and like 12 endings. Fellowship of the Ring only has one. Sorry guys. The Fellowship of the Ring is, in and of itself, merely a grand adventure. Or at the very least, the start of a grand adventure. The Fellowship of the Ring works really well to set up the rest of the trilogy, without any other distractions. We get to know the characters and why they're important, we get to fall in love with Hobbiton and the rest of Middle-earth, and we really get to enjoy the entire world that was created before everything gets dark, depressing, and the walls start closing in on us. At the end of the day though, when you boil it all down, the Fellowship of the Ring is really Boromir's story. Boromir is the lens through which the audience gets to see the world of Middle-earth, the ring and the struggle. We're not elves, we're not dwarves, we're not hobbits, certainly not any other sort of mythical creature. We're just humans. Aragorn is dark and brooding, and he's been out of the world of men for too long, purposely trying to hide from it. His lens, through which we would see the movie, is skewed and biased. Boromir is a true voice of man in the film, and he embodies the struggles that any of us would have if we were around the ring. Initially, he fails this test, but ultimately, he redeems himself by sacrificing himself for the rest of the Fellowship, so they can get away and carry out the duties that they are sworn to do. Aside from that, his actions are basically what split up the Fellowship and propelled the action into the next two movies. He's really kind of a key character in the whole thing, and I don't think he's given enough credit. Lord of the Rings is a cultural touchstone, which at this point you either love it or you hate it, and that's alright. For what it's worth, Fellowship comes with my seal of approval. Guys, thanks for watching. That's all I have for this review. Thursday, we'll be doing The Two Towers. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, the whole shebang, whatever. And I'll see you guys on Thursday. In the meantime, don't forget, Taylor Swift doesn't care about you.